everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to ask your higher self to come through and give some encouragement to you, especially if you're maybe feeling a little lost or disconnected from your purpose, or even if you're not. We're going to be asking what you're doing right from your higher self's perspective. So what you're doing right in terms of your life purpose, or just, I don't know, anything your higher self basically approves of. So yeah, simple enough question, so let's just get started. Today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is 1, 2, and 3. For group 1, we have a blue calcite. For group 2, we have a selenite wand. For group 3, we have a rose quartz cluster. Excuse me, my voice. All right, so as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group you feel most drawn to. You can pause the video if you need to, but when you're ready, go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I'll see you in just a second in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome. You guys chose the blue calcite cluster. Today we are asking your higher self specifically, what are you doing right? What things are you doing that are in alignment with your purpose? So this is especially for those of you who might be feeling lost or disconnected from your purpose or your higher self. This is just to encourage you and remind you that you are doing some things right, no matter how lost you are feeling. So we're going to ask and see what it is that you specifically are doing right in your higher self's opinion. So let's get started. For you guys, we have Tyr, who is the god of law, conflict, counsel, and justice. And we also have the otter. Okay, this is a very interesting mix of energies. Group 1, give me just a second to tune in here. I feel like there is an element here of cutting off your past, specifically toxic people, and walking away from them. I feel like decisiveness about, just cutting out negative things from your life is one thing you're very specifically doing right. I feel like you've had to turn your back on some toxic people, and some of them might still be talking about you or just spitting at you in some way, trying to make you feel bad about making a negative decision. But I feel like your higher self is wanting to come in here and remind you that it was the right thing to do, okay? That you were, it's part of your path. It's something you need to do, and your higher self is wanting to applaud you for that. So yeah, decisiveness, when you have made hard decisions, I feel like your higher self's just wanting to remind you that it was the right thing. You were following your inner guidance when you made this decision, and they want to recognize that it was hard for you, and they're proud of you for making that decision. With the otter here, there is an element of connectedness to your emotion and intuitions, with the otter being a very watery animal. I feel like, you have been connecting to your intuition really well and connecting to your emotions. I feel like the otter is very much connected with playfulness specifically, so I feel like when you're being playful and happy, even when times are getting a little dark for you, I feel like your higher self is wanting to tell you that that's something you're very much doing right. I feel like some of you even feel guilty. Feel guilty when you're being playful and happy. But your higher self is wanting to say, no, don't feel guilty. That's the right thing to do. You should be playful and happy. You should be having fun. It's a large part of why you incarnated here, was to have fun. That's why you need to cut off toxic connections. It's so you can experience your joy and happiness. It's definitely not something you should feel guilty for. Absolutely not. There's also something about communicating your feelings here. Maybe some of you are uncomfortable communicating what you're feeling because it's maybe because you've been around a lot of toxic people. You've encountered negative reactions when you communicate your emotions, and I feel like, yeah, your higher self is wanting to say no, that when you do that, that's the right thing to do, but that's also why it was the right thing to cut off negative people that make you feel like it's wrong. Your higher self is wanting to guide you to a place where you can feel comfortable in expressing your emotions, feeling them, being playful, and having fun without feeling guilty. Okay, that guilt is not coming from your higher self. It's not coming from your higher consciousness. It's just coming from maybe some of the earthly pain that you've had. And I'm realizing I meant to roll a number here, but these messages were coming through really strongly. Okay, 5. Okay, this is a lot of what I was saying in the beginning, though, this 5 energy. You guys have had to make some major changes, and I do feel like for basically everyone in this group, almost all of you, it was toxic people that you've had to cut off. And I feel like they were making you feel guilty for having fun and being playful or expressing your emotions. And yeah, your higher self's wanting to say, nope, you made the right decision. You should be expressing yourself. And you incarnated to be happy, so you made the right change. But let's pull some tarot now for you guys. Okay, group 1's higher selves. What is group 1 doing right? What is group 1 doing right? The Queen of Cups. Again, this is very much the emotional expression, connecting to your emotions, connecting to your intuition that allowed you to make these hard decisions, to make this difficult change. They want to say you need to just keep doing that. Connect more and more to that intuition and these emotions and this playfulness, this happiness. The Queen of Cups is very happy. She's very loving. And your higher self is wanting that for you too. We have the 9 of Swords. Okay. And the 6 of Swords. Yeah, so let me pull one more card. And the 3 of Swords, yeah. Okay. So this is about facing your fears, not just moving on from them. I've been talking about moving on from negative situations and toxic people, but I feel like a lot of you have been working on maybe going inside, doing some shadow work, and facing some of these negative emotions and pains you've had from the past. I feel like your higher self is wanting to say they're proud of you for facing that, and that is one of the things you're doing right. And you should continue doing that, because once you heal that, it stops blocking all these positive emotions, this fun and this playfulness. Again, like I said, I feel like some of you have felt guilty for being playful or happy, but it's something you need to not feel guilty for. Or if you haven't been feeling guilty for it, it's possible your happiness and playfulness have been severely repressed underneath obviously that doesn't apply to every single person here, but if it's been very repressed, you've obviously recently made a big change or decision, or you're considering doing that. I think it's in relation to toxic people that will allow this playful side to come out. And part of that is you have to face the fears. You have to face the fear of making this change and leaving people behind. And your higher self's wanting to say you're doing that absolutely right. They're proud of you, and some of you might still have some more work to do in regards to this, but they're saying keep going. It's getting brighter, it's getting better, and you're on the right path when you're doing these things. Okay, and then I wanted to pull just a couple oracle cards, and then we'll see if we can maybe get some signs and symbols that your higher self might be sending to you to let you know you're on the right path. So we have Morel with regenerate, and we have Daylily with ephemeral. So I feel like if some of you have been taking time out to maybe heal yourself or take a break, just trying to spend more time. I don't know if you heard that door slam behind me, but that's just scared the shit out of me. But okay, taking time out to yourself to heal and regenerate like this, that is absolutely something your higher self very much approves of and is happy that you're doing. And we have ephemeral. I feel like this is actually a reminder from your higher self that nothing in life is permanent. If some of you are feeling like maybe you're in a state of deep sadness, deep despair, deep heartbreak, your higher self is wanting to remind you that it's just temporary, that it's not going to last forever. Even if it's been happening for years, nothing in this life or this incarnation is temporary. And they're wanting to send you this message so you know that you are doing things right and it is improving from your higher self's perspective. Even if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet, your higher self is up above you. It can see how far the tunnel is, and it knows that you're making progress, and it wants to remind you of that you will get out of it. No matter how painful it is, no matter how long it's been lasting, you're going to get through it. And they see you making progress, and these are the things you're doing that are helping you make progress. And yeah, I think that's their main message for you, Group 1. So I think I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope this was helpful. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out my other videos if you would like, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Group 2, and welcome. You guys chose the selenite wand. Today I'm gonna ask your higher self to come in and give us some guidance or answers to what you are doing right. So this is meant to be encouraging. It's meant to help you see that even if you feel very disconnected from your path or from your higher self or anything in general, that you are still connected and there are things you are doing right. So we're asking, what are those things? What are you doing right? So let's get started. For you guys, we have Dag, Day. So on these cards, they call it clarity and novelty. And you guys got the unicorn as well. And then I just want to roll a number to help with the energy here and get an idea of it. 0, 10. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you in this group have just come to a massive realization. I feel like a lot of you have actually already been connecting to your higher selves and your higher power. So maybe some of you used to feel disconnected and you've been starting to connect, starting to tap into your intuition, and that's what your higher self is wanting to say is the right thing to do. I feel like just on this card, if you can see the imagery, I feel like this is you and this is your higher self, and you guys have been connecting. I feel like you've been communicating very directly with your higher self as it is. And maybe you don't realize it, but you've been doing something that's been helping you tap into your intuition. like opening your third eye, basically. The unicorn is very much connected to the third eye chakra. So the center of our intuition, our insight from the spiritual realm. So I don't know if you've been working on meditating or tapping into your intuition more than usual, but your higher self is wanting to say, if you haven't been feeling that communication or have been feeling disconnected for any reason, that when you are working on meditating or, you know, just opening yourself up, opening up to your intuition, every time you're doing that, that's how your higher self is communicating with you. So they're just wanting to encourage you to keep doing that. I feel like some of you really have, like you've been receiving very clear messages, and they're wanting to say that there's more for your higher self to tell you. Big things. There are some big things that your higher self is wanting to tell you, and if you just keep tapping into your intuition and your guidance, they're gonna come through for you. You don't really have to do much other than continue whatever it is you're doing. I feel like a lot of you must be meditating, something that's connecting you to your intuition. I feel like it's a little different for each of you watching this, but your higher self is really encouraging you to do it and do it more, because they have a message that they're trying to give you some more clarity. I feel like some of you've already gotten like a big epiphany, but they have more epiphany like thoughts to give you. And I do feel like for most of you, what they're trying to communicate is going to come in the form of thoughts, maybe thoughts that are a little different from the norm for you. But with the 0 here, I feel like some of you have recently completed a cycle or something major in your life, and you're starting something new. So you need to let this communication come in. You need to let this clarity that they're trying to send you. They're trying to send you guidance because you're starting something new. There's a lot about 0s here, like the Fool card. You're starting something new, and they need to talk to you to be able to give you that guidance. But I'm going to pull some tarot here. Let's get a little more clarity. Group 2's higher self, please. What are they doing right? What is Group 2 doing right? We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. The 4 of Wands. We have the Lovers. Guys, this is such a positive energy. I love this, Group 2. And the Knight of Swords. Very, very different from Group 1. Okay. So there is an element here where you are expressing your individuality, your uniqueness, your authenticity. Okay, I feel like some of you maybe in the past have suppressed who you were a little bit or hid it from the world, and maybe, your higher self's wanting to come through and say that when you're doing this, when you're expressing yourself authentically, especially expressing your creativity through a creative art or something, it's making them very happy. It's it's like expressing yourself through whatever your creative art is. It's like what you're supposed to be doing, almost. You're like supposed to be doing this, and so when you access that creative side of yourself, the side that makes you unique, your unique expression, whatever it is. I don't know if you draw or you paint or you write. Maybe you write novels. But whenever you're doing this, like, that makes your higher self more happy than anything. And they think that you can feel that you can feel the happiness when you're doing this. But it's like, follow that happiness, follow that bliss, because that's how your higher self is connecting to you, is through that happiness. But for you, Group 2, it's very specifically, you're following a creative passion, or if it's not creative, it's expressive. an expressive passion. Maybe it's dance for some of you. But yeah, they're just wanting you to do more of that. Every time you're doing that, you're doing it very right. That's like the one of the purposes for you being here is to embrace this creative art or this expressive art, because that's why you're here, to express yourself. To express yourself and be yourself. It's like, stop suppressing yourself with this dog card here. This is bringing things to light. It's shining your light, bringing yourself to light, coming out of the darkness in some way. And I don't know, there's so much excitement coming through this energy, so much happiness, because I feel like a lot of you have recently realized this. You have recently realized this, and you've recently been connecting to your higher self so well that your higher self is so excited. I love this energy. It's amazing. But yeah, so I feel like a lot of you are starting something new, and it's just like, keep going. Keep trying to contact your intuition. Please keep trying to express what's coming through. Yeah, this Knight of Swords, very much just like expressing, communicating. You need to communicate. You need to share yourself. You need to be sharing that with the world, because that's why you're here. That's what they want to say. That's why you're here. So when you're doing that, that's what you're doing right. Every time you do that, that's what you're doing right. And let's see, I want to pull just a couple of oracle cards for you guys. We have growth with fern and caution. Okay, growth is making a lot of sense, because like I'm saying, some of you are really starting a new journey here, and they're just excited. Your higher self is excited to be expanding. I feel like some of you have been like compressing yourself, not like putting yourselves out into the light enough, but they're wanting you to do that, because they get to grow. Every time you grow, every time you express yourself, every time you create, every time you explore something new, that's how your higher self grows. That's how your soul expands and grows, is by trying new things and expressing who you are. So caution. This is a warning about overthinking. I wasn't meaning to get into this in this particular reading. I wanted to focus on more specifically what you're doing right, but maybe some of you, this is bad enough your higher self's wanting to come through and say this, but this is a warning about overthinking and blocking yourself with your thoughts, okay? This is all very fiery energy. This is creative passion that your higher self is saying you're doing right. But some of you are getting very trapped in your head and in your mind, and overthinking yourself into not exploring the passionate side of yourself that your higher self wants you to do. So this is like, just stop overthinking. Every time you have like a spark of inspiration to work on your creative shit, like, I don't know, if you're writing a novel or you want to dance, some of you might be thinking your way out of actually doing it, and you need to stop thinking so much and just do it. Okay, fiery energy is pretty quick. You feel the passion and just go do it. That's what you should be doing. Every time you feel that inspiration and passion, just go do it. Don't think about it. Don't take it too seriously. Just do it. And yeah, I think I'm going to end your reading right here, group 2. Thank you so much for letting me share this beautiful, exciting energy. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear what you thought in the comments below, even if it's just to tell me what group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and feel free to watch the other videos I've put out. And I do look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Group 3 and welcome. You guys chose the rose quartz cluster slice. So today I'm asking your higher self to come through, and we're going to ask specifically, what are you doing right from your higher self's perspective? So especially if you're feeling lost or disconnected from your purpose or your higher self, this is some encouragement to show you that you are doing some things right. And we're just going to kind of give your higher self a voice here to communicate what that is. So let's get started. For you guys, we have Segan, loyalty. So this is Loki's wife. And we have the tarantula, fire energy here. And then I'm gonna roll, just get a number for our energy here. 3. Okay, group 3. I feel like some of you have recently turned away from some negative habits or patterns that you used to have, that maybe you were ashamed of having. I feel like your higher self is wanting to communicate that they don't feel ashamed of you. They don't feel ashamed of you for whatever it was in your past that you feel ashamed of. It's not bad from their perspective. They see that you were, well, it's your higher self. They understand like what you've been through, where your life has been, and it's not anything that you turned away from that you're feeling ashamed of. You shouldn't be doing that. And I know this message, this reading is meant to be what you're doing right, not what you're doing wrong, but I feel like the fact that you turned away from things that were harmful for you or damaging to you, your higher self is proud of you for that. Okay, because I feel like you turned away from some negative patterns in the past, and now it's put you more in alignment with where your higher self is wanting you to go. But your higher self is also just wanting to reassure you that they're not ashamed of your past. I feel like some of you are feeling ashamed. Either there's some of the stuff you've done in the past or how you've treated yourself or other people that you're ashamed of it and you want to block it out. But your higher self, it's like wanting to welcome you with wide open arms and say, no, you're not doing anything wrong. They just love you, and it's just a part of who you are, and you wouldn't be who you are if you hadn't gone through the experiences you did. And especially since I feel most of you have made a decision to move on past that. It's negative behaviors like addictions such as alcoholism, or internal negative patterns like projecting and blaming, or even a fear of commitment for some of you. Since Segan is a very, very loyal wife, I feel, yeah, whatever your negative pattern is that you've turned away from, your higher self is just proud that you made that decision. There's absolutely no shame coming from this energy. So I feel like what they're wanting to tell you that you've done right is, yes, it's absolutely wonderful that you have eliminated some toxic behaviors and patterns within yourself, and they want you to just keep going in that direction. The tarantula does tend to hesitate, so maybe some of you are hesitating, but I'm not really feeling that. They just want to encourage you, you made the right decision, keep going here. I feel like, though, there's something about shame here, about your past, and they're wanting to just tell you that, like look in the mirror and see who you actually are. They want you to see yourself from their perspective. They want you to, they see you as beautiful. They see you as like absolutely perfect. And they love that you're moving in a direction that's healthy for you, but they see you as absolutely perfect, and they want you to be able to look in the mirror and see that too. So if any of you have done that, they want you to keep doing it. Like, that's what you're doing right, is moving in this direction of loving yourself. Moving in this direction of accepting who you are, even the darker side or the things you're ashamed of, because your higher self is absolutely not ashamed of you in any way, shape, or form, group 3. Okay, group 3's higher selves. What is group 3 doing right? What is group 3 doing right? We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 4 of Swords. The High Priestess reversed. And the 10 of Wands. Yeah, the tarantula hesitates, and there's a lot about hesitation in these cards here. Maybe some of you are feeling a little lost right now, and you're not sure which direction to take, but your higher self is wanting to say that you taking a break from moving forward, I hope this resonates for you guys. It seems very specific, but you taking a break from moving forward is actually the right thing to do. That is something you're doing right, because like if you're feeling trapped or stuck or not moving forward, or you're hesitating, you're not sure, or if you're feeling ashamed of your past in some way, that's the right thing to do. You're doing the right thing. And again, I'm sorry if this is so specific, but it's what I'm hearing. Yeah, because you need this time to heal, especially if you're dealing with shame and not loving yourself. You need this time to come back into yourself and reconnect to your intuition. So the High Priestess reverse is telling me that you are a little disconnected from it. And I feel like if you're dealing with shame or negative patterns from the past, that's what's disconnecting you from your higher self. And they want to be communicating with you. But I feel like don't worry if you're not moving forward, because all they want for you is for you to heal, especially inside of yourself, because once you heal, that's going to connect you back to your intuition and you will have direction again. The tarantula out of balance doesn't really have direction, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. They're wanting to say, if you're feeling stuck or like you need to take a break, or even if you're feeling disconnected from your higher self and your intuition, it's fine. They're saying you're supposed to be right there right now. You're supposed to be in a place where you're kind of not moving forward, because like I've been saying, there's something about your past that needs to heal fully, and you need to be accepting yourself more. So don't feel bad about not moving forward. Even if some of you are really like pushing, trying really hard to move forward, that's okay too. They're just wanting to say that, you know, progress is going to be slow, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that, because there's healing you need to do. And yeah, they just want to send you love. And maybe some of you, if you've been working towards connecting back to your intuition, that is something you should focus on. That's something that you're doing right, because that's what allows them to communicate these messages to you. And especially this love. I feel like there's not even much in terms of a specific message that they want to communicate to you. They just want you to like let the love in, because this love is what's going to heal this shame or guilt or whatever it is you're feeling. If you're feeling guilt about the past, if you can just pause and open yourself. Yeah, opening yourself. If you've been doing that at all, that's what you're doing right, because opening yourself is what's going to let this love and healing energy from your higher self and other guides come through. Okay, what final messages do we have for group 3, please? We have Sage with Purify. So that might be a specific message if you need to smudge your living space or area. Maybe purify some of these old past patterns. You know, treat your body like a temple is what I'm hearing. Treat your home and your body that way. And enhance with Indigo. Yeah, this is some of you, I guess your intuition has gotten a little out of balance, but I feel like recently you've been trying to open up to it more. So this is like stuff like balance your third eye chakra, meditate, and just be open to healing. Just be open to healing and don't... I'm sorry if this is so specific, but guilt and shame has just been coming through, or running from the past for some of you. They're just wanting to say it's okay, and that is blocking your intuition a little. So they're just wanting you to focus on healing that and loving yourself instead of feeling ashamed of yourself. So group 3, I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope this was helpful. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, even if it's just to tell me what group you were in. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and feel free to check out the other content on my channel. And I look forward to seeing you in another